Hello everyone. Welcome back to another English learning story. Today, you will listen and speak with me. We'll use the shadowing technique. That means you listen carefully, then repeat after me. Don't worry about mistakes. They are part of learning. Try to copy my pronunciation, my rhythm, and my tone. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. So relax. Enjoy the story, and let's speak English together. Are you ready? Let's begin. My name is Lily Adams. I'm 22 years old, and I live in Portland, Oregon. This is my camping story. It happened last summer. A story about friendship, fear, and something strange we found in the forest. I have two best friends, Noah and Emily. We met in college, and every summer, we go somewhere new together. One day, Noah said, "I have an idea. Let's go camping this weekend. I know a beautiful place in the mountains. Silver Creek Forest." Emily was excited right away. "That sounds amazing," she said. I smiled, but deep down, I wasn't so sure. I love nature, but I'm not the brave, adventure type. Still, I didn't want to be left out. So I said, "All right, let's do it." Melly would bring food. Noah would bring the tent and the map. And I would bring sleeping bags and mosquito spray. Everything was set. We would leave early Friday morning and stay for 3 days. It sounded perfect. At least, that's what we thought. Friday came faster than I expected. We packed Noah's old car with everything we needed: tents, snacks, a guitar, and way too many blankets. The morning sun was warm, and the air smelled like summer. We turned on. The radio sang loudly to every song and laughed the whole way. Noah was driving. Emily sat in the front seat, checking the map. I sat in the back, recording short videos for fun. After 2 hours, the road became narrow. Tall pine trees surrounded us on both sides. The sunlight faded into a soft, green shade. "It feels like another world," Noah said, smiling. We had no phone signal anymore, but we didn't care. The forest was beautiful. We thought we were almost there. We were wrong. After another 30 minutes, the road ended. There was no campsite, just trees everywhere. Noah frowned. "That's strange. The map says it should be right here." Emily looked worried. "Maybe we missed the turn." We checked our phones. No signal, no GPS, nothing. "Well," Noah said, "we can't drive back now. Let's just explore a little. Maybe the site is close." We parked the car on the side of the dirt road and started walking. After about 30 minutes, we found open clearing next to a small stream. It looked peaceful. The sunlight danced on the water. "This is perfect?" No said. "We can camp here?" Emily agreed. "Even if we're lost, at least it's beautiful." So we set up our camp. Noah and I put up the tent. Emily gathered wood for the fire. We built a circle of stones and started a small fire with matches. The smell of smoke mixed with the scent of pine trees. For a while, everything felt calm. We ate canned soup, talked about college, and laughed about silly memories. But as the sun disappeared, the forest began to change. Darkness fell quickly. The air turned cold. The fire crackled and popped. We sat close to the flames, telling ghost stories like kids. Then we heard it. A soft sound in the bushes behind us, like footsteps. Emily froze. "What was that?" she whispered. "Probably just an animal," No said. But his voice wasn't steady. The sound came again. Closer this time. A branch snapped. My heart started racing. I grabbed the flashlight and pointed it toward the trees. Something moved. A shadow. Tall. Slow. Almost like a person. We heard heavy breathing. Then silence. No threw more wood on the fire. "Who's out there?" he shouted. No answer. Just the sound of wind through the leaves. We stayed awake for a long time that night. Eventually, we fell asleep. But no one really rested. The next morning, the sun felt warm and safe again. Emily was making coffee when she suddenly screamed, "Lily! No! Come look at this!" We ran to her. There were footprints on the ground, big ones. Boot prints. They circled around our tent. Someone had been walking there while we slept. My stomach twisted. "Someone was here," I said quietly. We also found sticks arranged in strange patterns. Circles. Triangles. It looked almost like a sign. Emily's hands shook. "We need to leave." Now, we packed quickly. As I was rolling up the sleeping bag, I noticed something shiny near the rocks. It was a coin, old and rusted, with symbols I didn't recognize. I slipped it into my pocket. I didn't know why. It just felt important. We started walking, hoping to find our way back to the car. But after an hour, we realized we were lost again. Through the trees, we saw smoke rising. No pointed. "Look." Someone's cabin. We followed the smoke until we reached it. The cabin was small, made of old wood, but clean and well kept. A wind chime hung by the door, moving gently in the breeze. Noah knocked. "Hello, is anyone here?" No answer. We walked around to the back. There was a garden, fresh, vegetables, herbs, and a few flowers. "Someone definitely lives here," Emily said. We peeked through the window. Inside were books, a table, and on the table, a pile of old coins, just like the one in my pocket. Before we could say anything, a branch snapped behind us. We turned quickly. No one was there. Emily whispered, "Someone's watching us." We left fast. The forest suddenly felt heavier, like the trees were closing in. A few minutes later, Noah stopped. "I need to pee," he said nervously. "I'll go behind those trees." "Don't go far," Emily warned. He nodded and walked off. 5 minutes passed, then 10. He didn't come back? "No," I called. No answer. We ran to where he went. His backpack was lying on the ground. There were marks, like something had been dragged through the dirt. Then, faintly, we heard it. Noah's voice? "Help me?" My heart dropped. Is still alive," I said. Emily grabbed my hand. "We have to find him." I was terrified, but I nodded. We followed the trail of boot prints through the trees. After almost an hour, we reached a hill. At the top we saw a dark cave. Inside, a flicker of light. And then we heard it again. "Help?" We stepped inside carefully. The air smelled like smoke and damp earth. Our flashlights shook in our hands. As we got closer, we heard another voice, an older man's voice, low and rough. We hid behind some rocks and peeked around the corner. There was Noah, tied to a chair next to a small fire, and next to him stood an old man with a long gray beard and worn-out boots. He looked like he belonged to the forest itself. Noah's voice trembled. "Why are you doing this?" The man replied, "I've lived here alone for 40 years. I don't want strangers ruining my home." Emily whispered, "He's just a hermit." The old man continued, "People come here, they make noise, they leave trash. I scare them so they never come back." I realized it then. He wasn't a killer. He was lonely. When he walked away for a moment, Emily and I rushed to Noah. We untied him quickly. "Let's go," I whispered. But before we could run, the old man turned around. "Wait," he said softly. "Don't be afraid." We froze. He stepped closer, but his eyes weren't angry anymore. "I'm sorry," he said. "I shouldn't have scared you. I just wanted to protect this place." No, nodded slowly. "We understand. We won't tell anyone. We'll leave and never come back." The old man smiled faintly. "Thank you. Follow me. I'll show you the way." He led us through the woods in silence. When we finally saw Noah's car again, he waved goodbye. and disappeared back into the trees. The drive home was quiet. Emily looked out the window. "That was the strangest weekend ever," she said. No laughed softly. "At least now we have a real story to tell." I smiled. But inside, I felt something different. Not fear. Not relief. Just understanding. As the forest faded in the distance, I thought about the old man. About his quiet life. About the way fear had turned into compassion. Sometimes, scary things have simple reasons. And sometimes, lonely people just want to be left in peace. That day taught me something. Fear isn't always danger. Sometimes it's just a story, waiting to be understood. Now it's your turn. Play this story again. Repeat every line with me. That's how you build confidence. That's how you learn rhythm and emotion. And remember, small steps every day lead to big change. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep growing.